Hello, beautiful ladies. Welcome to Over 40 Fit and Fab, where we talk food, movement, and mindset for women over 40. So, there is one thing that all women need to have if they're going to have a successful physique transformation, whether that's building shape, toning the body, losing weight, reclaiming your health, or all of the above. That one thing is you must be willing to be uncomfortable. It is absolutely vital that you understand when you're outside of your comfort zone, that is where all of the growth and learning can begin. See, we're wired in our brains, our neurotransmitters fire in a way that keeps us on the same path because it doesn't want to have to expend any more energy on doing or learning something different, right? And so it will allow us to stay within our comfort zone, whether that is how we eat, our beliefs, our patterns, how we communicate, all of this. They're all just ways that we're wired individually to be able to make our way through this world, right? And the comfort zone keeps us in the steady eddy. It keeps us where things don't change and the body likes it that way and the psyche likes it that way too. But if we're going to grow and learn, we have to learn to expand that comfort zone. So when you're uncomfortable in a new food plan, in a new coaching relationship, in imagining your body sleek and strong and slender and sexy. When you're hitting that uncomfortable place, it actually means that you're growing and you're expanding the boundaries and the belief system and the self-identity of you. And unless we have a bigger vessel and one that is operating at a higher level, which is what we do when we're growing and learning, you will continue to fall prey to the same self-limiting beliefs, the same self-sabotage. And we'll look at it and go, well, life happened. Well, this happened. Well, that happened. Well, I guess I'm just not made for that. Or my body's different. All of these things, they're actually not true. It really is just because in our nervous system, we are wired a certain way to not step outside who we think we are. So in my work, one of the biggest things that I do with women is we talk about creating our North Star, okay? The North Star that says, how do I want to live? How do I want to feel? What does that look like? Even what clothes do you want to wear when you lose the weight? How do you want your body to look when you're going into a bathing suit or you're getting into that formal dress? How do you want to feel when you're out at a function and you want people to look at you and go, whoa, she looks pretty good. Or you're at a buffet and there's all this food around and you want to feel in control and not harried. And all of this stuff is just imagining in the future. Okay. So a lot of times we're stuck in the past. We're stuck in what didn't work. How come I can't ever? And this creates this hard shell around us, this comfort zone that says, okay, and your psyche saying, okay, you need to stay in here in order to stay safe, right? It's all about safety and survival. And it's very primitive. So we actually have to override that because we're not wired for personal growth. We're not wired for expansion. Some people are, if they had the gift of having that since they were a little child by very progressive parents. And I'm not just talking intellect, I'm talking expanding feeling-wise and emotion-wise. But most of us weren't. And so this personal growth thing where we're trying to move into a greater vision and version of ourselves requires that we also have to let go of old beliefs and bring in new beliefs and an expanded self-identity. And that requires busting through our comfort zone. And most people, most women who are on a weight loss or body transformation, they'll butt up against that. And the majority of women with good coaching and good strategy and constant support and accountability are going to be able to move through and they're going to be able to expand it. And then they're going to be living over here in their North Star, where it says, yeah, I've made it. This is where I want to live from. It feels good. It looks good. I'm healthy. I'm lean. I'm strong. And then they hold that as their new place. But the problem is fear is what we're born with. It's ingrained in us. And so it's not our fault. That's how we survive. We got to see that tiger chasing us, right? And that's why fear is ingrained, because it's survival of the species. And so we constantly have to look at fear. And the way I see fear, F-E-A-R, is face everything and rise. And so as you move through the fear, I always say there's freedom on the other side. And you can't wait for courage to show up. That's how courage is built. You learn to do by doing, right? It's like a muscle in the gym. I mean, you can't wait to get biceps before you go to the gym and train them, or you can't just train them for a little bit and expect them to stay. It's a constant work. It's constantly going in there and affirming the work in order to build your musculature. It's the same with the inner muscles. It's the same with our thinking habits and our belief systems, with trying to build and expand our courage, fortitude, vision, gratitude, tenacity, willingness, self-love, patience. Those are all the inner muscles that are required for us to live at a higher level. And when we're at a higher level, we're not white knuckling our way through another weight loss plan, another body transformation, and we're not beating ourselves up in the way, because we are operating from the higher echelons with an expanded comfort zone that says in confidence, I can do this, I can handle this, because you grow and you grow and you grow. And it's like anything, it's like being in school and you go through the levels. You go through grade 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you learn as you go, but you have to write the essays, you have to do the exams, you have to do the lessons, and then you are expanding who you are. Because we have a saying, it's not about the destination, it's who you become along the way. And who you become along the way is a constant expansion of who you are. Many people are living the smallest versions of themselves. Many people stop growing in their 30s or 40s, and they're just living life, right? And it really is about this comfort zone that says, well, this is the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to work really hard, 20s, 30s, 40s, maybe 50s, and retire at 60. Well, that model's going out the window with the way the world is now, and that's what's catching people. They're like, well, why do I have to keep working? And some are working in their 70s and even 80s, because the world has changed. But they're at war with themselves, and there's so much fear because their comfort level is here. And instead of accepting and expanding it, expand to include, as we say, they're staying here, and hence they're fighting themselves within this little comfort zone. And all they have to do is expand their version of themselves. So that really is about redefining who you are and what you want, and not making anything wrong. So unless we're willing to push through the fear to get to the other side, where we can look back and create evidence that you can handle it, you are a strong person, you are capable, this weight loss or body physique transformation is doable. Unless you expand to support that, you're always going to be in here, and you're going to have little snippets, little glimpses of it, and it's going to leave. And that's why we self-sabotage. That's why I was so good for a while, and then life happened. And then, boom, I gave up, and I gained all the weight back, or I'm not into my fitness routine anymore, and we lose our way. It's because our way is here, and it needs to be here. I hope that makes sense, right? Comfort zones are made to extend. And like we say, all of the stuff that we do when we're little kids is we're constantly pushing the barriers when we're babies and little children, and we're constantly in love and in wonder of our world. And then somewhere along the line, we shut that down. We can always bring it back in, and we can look at new adventures, new angles, new opportunities as something that is revving us up towards future growth and future success in any area. right? But you've got to check in and you've got to be able to push that comfort zone and know the uncomfortableness that you're feeling is necessary for change. It's necessary to get your goals. It's necessary for success. And when you look at that and you feel uncomfortable and you go, oh, okay, I must be growing, right? Then you don't make anything wrong and you don't pull back, right? That's kind of how it works. So keep pushing the envelope, guys. That's what we're meant to do. We learn to do by doing, not by reading about it, not by thinking about it. We learn to do by doing. And if you keep doing that and leaning into what scares you every day, you are going to amass an amazing body, amazing health, and amazing life. All right. Ciao.